Whoa. So we have Dr. Simon Hoogworth. Is that correct, sir? Close enough. An emergency room doctor in Victoria who worked till 3 o'clock in the morning last night and has come here to tell us his stories.
Whoa! Awesome! Thank you.
And he's allowed us to just move you in the schedule a little bit. There are some politicians here who are going to say a few words. But before we do that, we're going to do an old-fashioned rant, okay? And so I'm going to start it. And you're going to reply with doctors, okay?
Okay.
What do we deserve?
Doctors!
What do we deserve?
Doctors!
What do we deserve?
Doctors!
Not bad, not bad. We're going to want these windows and doors to shake. They're going to hear our message. What do we want?
Doctors!
What do we deserve? What do we want? Oh, that feels good. I'd like to now introduce MLA Shirley Bond, Prince George Valemont, MLA for Prince George Valemont, representing the Liberal Party. Shirley?
You know what? The Liberal Party helped get us into this mess, so I'm not impressed already, okay?
Well, good afternoon. And I can tell you that if there's one thing we agree about, you deserve a family doctor. Everyone in British Columbia deserves a family doctor.
Tell Rich Coleman that.
I want you to know that I
Clark and
am the
Gordon
health
Campbell.
critic for the opposition, and I bring you regrets from our leader. Unfortunately, he was not able to be here, but I want you to know that while we may not be in that building, we hear your voices. And I can tell you, we have heard from families and from physicians across British Columbia stories that should not be happening in this province.
Thanks to the Liberals.
The fact that you have to be on the lawns of the legislature today speaks volumes about the frustrations and the desperation that you and thousands of other British Columbians who couldn't be here today want to express to the people who govern in this building.
The Liberals helped get us this mess, so I'm not impressed.
I want to recognize particularly Camille Curry and BC Healthcare Matters for stepping up, speaking up. We know that it is not easy, but without your voices, the change we need will not happen.
That's right, we know that from years of Liberal attacking and just disintegrating our healthcare system.
Today in the legislature, I was pleased to present on behalf of BC Healthcare Matters a petition of almost 42,000 people who are sending a message to this government that change needs to take place, and it needs to take place now.
20 years ago. Who created the mess?
I want to express our deepest gratitude to the men and women who work in healthcare in this province. This isn't an issue. That is not a partisan issue. All of us understand the extraordinary efforts that were made, especially during the last 2 years. They went to work so we could stay at home, and we are deeply grateful, and that will never be forgotten.
We're also never going to forget that the Liberals privatized healthcare.
But as we speak, 1 in every 5 British Columbians do not have a family doctor. Nearly 1 million people. And do you know what happens?
Exactly.
People are told to go to walk-in clinics that have the longest wait times in the country under this government's watch.
Thanks to the Liberals! Thanks to the Liberals privatizing healthcare!
Hospitals are over capacity. Nurses and doctors and healthcare providers
Thanks to the
are
Liberals.
exhausted.
Thanks to the
And
Liberals.
doctors are closing their practices.
Thanks to the Liberals.
Many people do not have a family doctor.
I have a memory.
And I can tell you this, that as long as British Columbians
Listen to your elders.
continue to struggle to feed their families, to put gas in their
Shame.
cars, I can tell you this, that British Columbians were shocked to discover
We're screwed by
that
the
this
Liberals.
government is undertaking the most expensive project, museum project in Canadian history right over there.
Yeah, it's a
And at the
Liberal.
same time,
Boo on you and
and
that.
at the same time,
Look in the
in
mirror.
this neighborhood, every single UPCC was at full capacity by 8:45 this morning,
Thanks to the
while we're
Liberals.
investing in a $1 billion museum.
Thanks to your privatization.
So, families like yours deserve a family doctor.
Yeah,
and
we
this
deserve-
morning when
we
we met
deserve
with
to
family
never
doctors
have
at breakfast,
Liberals
one
in
of the
power
things that
again.
they said to us, they enter family practice because they want to care for us from birth to death.
God, I'm just,
But they can't manage these practices with the overhead costs, all of the issues they're facing.
You're a
anymore.
liberal freaking party
And in
leader.
fact,
It's too
we
bad
have
you're
new
liberal.
medical grads who have made a decision.
We have
They
memories.
want to be in family practice,
and
but
memories.
they are considering not doing that.
Listen to
So
your
today
elders.
we join you in that call for action. It is about priorities. It is about policy decisions.
Yes,
and a
that's
good
right.
start would be to cancel the $1 billion museum project across the street and invest those dollars in supporting healthcare professionals.
Yeah, and make sure the Liberals don't get in again.
I can say this to you. It is time, and they can ignore the voices of opposition members all they want, but
Yeah,
they
you can-
should not be ignoring the
whatever.
voices of families and patients and doctors and nurses and exhausted healthcare providers.
God.
This is a crisis. It is their job to deal with it, and we join you in
Bye,
that call to
bye,
action.
Liberals. Bye, bye, Liberals. We have a memory about the Liberal Party. Privatize the freaking
Thank you,
healthcare.
Shirley Bond.
Create a crisis and then say they're going to.
I'd now like to introduce MLA Adam Olson, a Green Party
Yeah,
MLA
there's
from
someone who
Saanich
cares.
North and the Islands.
Awesome. It's too bad about the politics, but anyways.
Aitsquachel. It's a beautiful day here in Victoria. Thankful that the skies have held off so that we can stand and advocate for the better healthcare of British Columbians today and into the future. My name's Adam Olson. I'm the MLA for Saanich North and the Islands, and I'm proud to stand here as a representative of the BC Green Caucus in this Legislative Assembly.
Woo!
I'd like to acknowledge all the speakers that have spoken before me. I'd like to acknowledge Shirley Bond. I'd like to acknowledge all of the family doctors, the people who have far more expertise than I do on this and who have educated me over the last 5 years as an MLA to the situation that they face as professionals and that we face as British Columbians.
Great.
I'd like to thank BC Healthcare Matters, Camille Curry, for organizing this event and for bringing together the people to support our family doctors. I continue to hear in the BC Legislative Assembly that no province in this country has more fee-for-service and that that's the problem. It shouldn't also be the excuse for why the problem persists. So yes, I agree with that. So what I would say is that if that is the problem, then let's get on with finding solutions.
That's right.
I also asked the question, why did it take so long to sit down and talk with the professionals about this problem?
Right. It took them a while to figure out they got to step forward.
When I got elected in 2017, this was one of the key issues in my riding and one of the key issues in the region and one of the key issues in this province. We knew that this was going to grow into an even bigger problem to the problem that we have today.
That's right.
Unfortunately, though, I believe politics has gotten in the way of this situation.
Destroyed BC and now it's gonna...
What we need is a government that's focused on fixing a broken primary healthcare system so that we as people and so that we as the government can look at that universal, equitable healthcare system with the pride that we have looked at it for generations. We need a leadership style that listens to the professionals. Not driving a message from the top down, but understanding what communities need and building systems and putting resources in place that help address the unique issues that our communities have. I am an MLA of a wide variety of communities. I represent 3 municipalities on the Saanich Peninsula where there is about 10,000 people who are unattached today. We have more people moving into our beautiful communities who are unattached. We have people who have lived in our communities for decades, whose doctors have either retired or have decided to change their profession or change the focus of their work because of the exhaustion that they're feeling. I also represent island communities, which present a whole other challenge and require a whole other diverse set of responses from this government. We have a situation in Salt Spring, where a very powerful community came together and fundraised for an emergency department. That should not be part of our universal healthcare system. The capital investment should be made by this government.
Great.
We know that good, quality, equitable, universal primary care helps people stay well and helps support people through their healthcare needs. We need to invest in that healthcare system. We need to put in place the policies that allow family doctors and their allied health professionals to deliver those services for us. It needs to be driven from the grassroots, from our communities to this building. And we need to once again have a universal primary health care system that is not in a state, a crumbling state, but one that is strong and serving the people of this great province. Haitchka CM, thank you for this opportunity.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Adam. Thank you, Shirley. A member from the NDP, this government was asked to speak, and so far we've not received any responses. So what are we going to do? What are we going to do?
Be louder.
What do you deserve?
Doctors!
What do you deserve?
Doctors!
What do you deserve?
Doctors!
Oh, I could do that all day. Oh my gosh.